Good morning on a Saturday, the 2nd of May in Tzaneen, where there is only 6 people in the whole province apparently infected. What I'm about to show you is going to disprove that. I'm so fed up with people lying to us, it's ridiculous. It's the best explanation that I heard this morning, is that this government is run by Beki Cele and his deputy, Nkosazana Dlamini Zuma. And this analyst said, this is the person who has our president's spine in her desk drawer. And I think that sums it up perfectly. Because these people, the people of South Africa, don't give a hoot about your lockdown, Mr. President. I have photographs that were taken this morning at the roadblocks in Tzaneen, where there were no police, no military, no traffic, no nothing. And look at this. Look at what's going on in this town. Have a look. Look at all of these people. Thank goodness that this very deadly virus doesn't operate on weekends. Look at this. We're going to turn in here by Boxer. Just want to get out of the way so that the sun isn't in your face. Look. They want to arrest me for being in my vehicle and not wearing a mask. Now we've got the street hawkers walking around selling masks. We've got the street hawkers, get this, the street hawkers are walking around selling face masks. What do you think is really going on here? We apparently have the deadliest virus in the history of mankind. But it doesn't operate on weekends, and it chooses who to infect. Look at this. Can you see up there, up at the steps? Look up in front of you at the steps. You want to tell me that there's only 6 people in the whole province infected? You want me to believe that? It's such a shame that the sun is now right in our face. But I'm going to come back up this way. I want you to see this. Hey, move out the way. I want to come past you. So we've created a nice little business here, a nice little illicit economy. I see in the other local media, they've got a whole page, guys, an entire page full of people making masks, making material masks. And they've got all of them there listed on a page. All the people who sell the masks. You're telling me that this is about a virus. Look at this. Well, isn't it just our luck that the worst virus, the most deadly virus ever, doesn't infect people in large groups who go shopping. It doesn't infect people in shopping malls. And it also knows the difference between the chicken that you cook at home and the chicken that gets cooked in a kitchen in a supermarket store. It knows exactly. Isn't it just our luck? Okay. Now we're entering the bottom. This is the bottom by Tzaneen Mall, where the buses and the taxis gather. Here's a guy selling illegal counterfeit CDs. So the counterfeit guys are back in business. Well done. Well done. And this guy over here selling his tobacco products. And one absolute moron is going to come the opposite way to everybody else. Come, brother. You're driving in the wrong direction, you muchu. Thank goodness that the virus doesn't operate here. It's chosen to wait until everybody's finished their shopping. If you still think, if you are one of those people that are watching this, and you still think that all of this is necessary, if you still think that the lockdown is necessary, and that it's for our own good, you must have your head read. I'm telling you, go and see someone. I've got a number. I've got a few numbers for people that can read your head for you and tell you what's wrong with you. Okay? They can give you medication. It might not kill the COVID-19 virus, but it could actually help you with these thoughts that you're having that make absolutely as much sense as the nonsense that the ministers are spewing. Look in front of you. Are you telling me that there's social distancing here? I'm gonna turn around so that the sun is behind us as we enter the independent state of Claude Wheatley. I'm going to turn the camera to the left because this is most likely going to be a fantastic view. And you know what? I should become a freaking prophet. I should become a prophet and people should start listening. Look at this. This is the independent state of Claude Wheatley. It used to be a 3-lane carriageway. These taxis are above the law. The traffic officers in Tzaneen are too scared to do their job here. Nobody cares. They're untouchable. These people are untouchable in Tzaneen because our law enforcement are too scared to do their job. Where are they? I've got pictures of our roadblocks from this morning. Unmanned, empty white tents standing there like the white elephant that is the hope of our nation in this country. You want to tell me they give a damn? Look at this nonsense. Look. With your own eyes. Have a look at the lies that they are telling you. You don't have to believe what I say. Believe what your eyes are telling you. And if you can't put together that what you're seeing and what you're being told is not the same thing, like I said, I've got people with medication for that. They can help you. Hallucinations are a very, very real thing. So are delusions. It's an actual characteristic of a mental health issue, is when you start suffering from delusions. Like, for example, this lockdown is for your own safety. You're not allowed to smoke, it's for your own safety. But listen, we're so nice, we will let you exercise for exactly 3 hours every morning. and exactly 5 kilometers away from your house, because we've put some serious scientific research into this, and we don't want to control you, we care. This over here, this is Donnie Uber Street. Have we become so numb that nobody's even shocked by this anymore? Is that what's happening here? Have a nice look here. Look. There are thousands upon thousands of people standing here today. Thousands. You want to tell me that there is a virus that's killing everybody? Oh wait, not everybody. There's a deadly virus. You want to tell me that that's the truth? Look here. How's this for social distancing? Thank goodness the virus is not going to actually do any work here. The virus is not going to infect any of these people. Thank goodness for that. Luckily, it only infects people that stay at home. Scallum. Daar is nie polisie nie. Die polisie gee nie om nie. I'm going to turn in here so you can have a nice look. In fact, it's going to be problematic turning in here because there's so many people that the cars cannot drive in the parking lot. And now there's a truck standing there with these hazards on. Because in our country, that's what you do. You can do whatever you want. As long as you put your hazards on, you can do whatever you want. Where is Tzaneen's traffic cops? Where is Tzaneen's police officers? And then I have police officers sending me messages on WhatsApp asking me, why do I give the police so much hassles? Can I not say anything good about the police? Yada, yada, yada. Well, that same police officer, I hope you're watching. Can you tell me where your colleagues are? Can you tell me why the roadblocks are unmanned the moment that the sun sets? And then you have one idiot with a government license plate that decides to drive up the one way so that no one else can drive anywhere else. And this guy is now going to just push in here because he's driving a vehicle with his hazards on. As long as you have your hazards on and you've got a Gauteng number plate, You are untouchable in this town. I would like to know if anybody on here is a traffic cop. Could you please explain to your whole town why the traffic officers of the GTM are not doing their job? And isn't this just ironic? This vehicle over here, the white bucky with the government license plates, which I hope that you can see, is from the Department of Health and Social Development. How ironic is that? Health and Social Development, and you are right here in the middle of all of this nonsense. Can you guys see this guy? Look. Department of Health and Social Development. Followed by a string of taxis. Dude, do you see all these people here? There's no social distancing, man. Nothing. And you're from the health department. And you bloody... Never mind. If there's one thing that is very noticeable right now, it's hate. You guys can't see how these, especially the taxi drivers, how they drive past you and they stare you in your face with absolute hate. Absolute hate. I'm going to drive down here. Hopefully the sun is going to be behind us now for a bit. But I want you to have a look at this. The health department just drove through here. Here we have selfies. Nice, nice. Yes, we can have a selfie here while we wait. Maybe if you stand to your left, you can get the virus in the background. And then one day you can have a, here's my COVID-19 selfie. Let's have a COVID-19 selfie moment. Look at all of these people. Look here. I'm going to drive down here by Spa, and then I'm going to drive all the way up again, because then we'll get a good idea of what's going on here. This is not because of SASSA grants, guys. Can you see properly? Do you see what is going on here? Do you see that? What you're seeing with your eyes, does it measure up to what they're telling you and what you're hearing over the radio and on TV? Do your eyes measure up with what your ears are hearing? Does this look like a lockdown? I'm going to make a U-turn at the front here. This guy just stops here on the corner in the middle of the road. In all of this, I have seen no traffic cops, no police officers. Nothing. And then police officers send me messages on Facebook to say that I should stop dissing them. Do you see what is happening in front of you here? Do you see this? These are illegal mechanics. These mechanics are illegal. But the politically correct term is that they are informal street mechanics. And these informal street mechanics are spilling oil, gearbox oil, motor oil, transmission oil, whatever you want to call it. They are spilling it directly onto this parking lot. It's going into our stormwater drains. It is polluting the area around them, and absolutely nothing is being done about it. Look here. These guys are servicing vehicles in a parking lot, and it's all right. Now, with the sun behind us, you're going to get a much better idea of the number of people that are herding together in this town. And while you're looking at this, I want you to seriously ask yourself the following question: am I being lied to? And the second question, the follow-up to that would be, what am I going to do about it? Pay very close attention when I turn left here. Have a look. Have a look at this. And then you tell me, because 35 days ago, town looked like this. If this virus was so deadly and infectious, why does it look like this again? Where are the police? Where is the traffic department? Where is the army? Where are they? Do they care about this lockdown that they want to lock me up for because I'm not wearing a mask? Do they care as much as what they want you to believe they do? Look at that. Does that look like social distancing? Does it look like any regulations are being followed? Does it look like the virus is not going to spread here? Ask yourself the question. You are seeing this live. This is unedited. This is live. Right in front of your eyes. And then read the article that I published on page 3 in yesterday's newspaper. If you haven't received yesterday's newspaper, send a WhatsApp message to the number that's going to appear in the comment section. According to the health department in Limpopo, there's only 6 people currently actively infected with COVID-19. According to the health department in Limpopo, there were only 32 cases and 24 have recovered. And this guy over here is taking his sweet time because he wants to chat up the lady that he just passed by, because he's driving a big shiny car. Are you being lied to? Okay, let's go have a look at the other hotspot quickly. It's just up the road here. Like I said, people, what I'm showing you this morning is live. It's live. Sorry, you can stay where you are, skipping traffic lights like you think you own the road. I'm sorry, you do own the road, because the traffic department in this town don't do their jobs. Have any of you seen a police officer this morning? Have you seen a soldier? Have you seen a traffic officer? In this whole drive this morning, have any of you seen any of them? No, you haven't. Do you know why? Because they're sitting at the roadblocks that aren't stopping any vehicles. That's why. They can sit on their asses on camping chairs underneath those tents at the camping sites, which they call the roadblocks, and they can chill there the whole damn day. Look there. Look at all of these people. Look at how they are keeping their 2 meters social distancing. Look at how it's being enforced. Thank goodness that there's all these police officers and military soldiers here. Thank goodness the soldiers are forcing these people to keep their social distances. Thank goodness for the police officer that I see patrolling all over the show here. I feel that this is well controlled and that we're going to beat this thing. And pretty soon everything will go back to normal again. Thank goodness for all the law enforcement working their butts off to help protect all of these people. Thank goodness for that. And for people with Gauteng license plates that have 5 people in their vehicle, every second, do you guys notice that every one of those vehicles that just passed us had Gauteng number plates on them? That's right, look at all these people. And look at all the police struggling to keep them apart from each other, struggling to enforce the social distancing principle as per the lockdown regulations that will get you arrested for sitting in your vehicle alone and not wearing a face mask. Iemand het sout in my koffie gegooi, ja, jy's reg. Dis dieselfde mense wat jou vryheid van jou weggevat het en vir jou gesê het dat hulle doen dit vir jou eie beswil. If I'm the only one upset about this, then I may as well stop doing what I'm doing, because obviously no one else gives a flying hoot. If this doesn't upset you, well then I'm sorry, you have no right to ever complain about anything in your life again. I'm going to go up to the Tzaneen Lifestyle Center. As I drive up to the Tzaneen Lifestyle Center, look ahead of you to the right. Look at all of these people. Actually, you know what? I'll do you another favor. I'll show you the salt that was poured into my coffee. Let me show you. To the left, you will see the salt that was poured into my coffee this morning. The fact that my freedom has been severely impacted by lies. This, in front of you, this is what's grinding my bloody... Well, I'm sorry, dude. You've got a very shiny car. I know. I'm in your way. Let's go to the Lifestyle Center and have a look at that. Well, business is booming for certain retailers. I have friends who are contemplating suicide because they are losing so much money that they will never, ever recover again, ever. There are good people in this community that are standing a very good chance of losing everything. And I look at this here, and I don't know why. And it's a sad day for democracy, and it's a sad day for your very own freedom and for the future of your children if this does not upset you. If I'm the only one that gets upset by this morning, I feel sorry for you, and I feel sorry for the generations after you. If we do not question this, we will not be allowed to ever, ever, ever question anything that these people do again. You will not be allowed to complain about your freedoms being taken away. You will not be allowed to complain about unlawful arrests. Nothing. If this is not upsetting you. How many people must lose their businesses? How many people must go hungry at night? How many people? How far do you want to drag this economy down before it starts upsetting you? I see people on Facebook praising Dr. Poppy Ramathuba because she was in Tzaneen handing out cell phones yesterday to what they term the frontline officers. You know, because everything has a really Lani sounding name nowadays. Here we have the lifestyle center. I'm going to start this side. MEC Poppy Ramathuba, the good doctor, in air brackets, in air quotations, the good doctor. We don't need you to hand out cell phones. We need you to enforce the law. We need you to tell your people that they mustn't herd together, or explain to us why everybody herds together and doesn't get sick. And stop telling me it's not about the mortality rate, it's about the infection rate. How does that make logical sense? How? If I walk around with a spray bottle with water, the water won't kill you. Does it matter if you get wet? This over here is the queue going into Checkers. I'm sorry, it keeps disconnecting, but someone keeps trying to phone me from a landline. Okay, shall we go and try and find where all the traffic cops are hiding? When I get home, I'm going to publish photographs that were taken this morning at like 3 o'clock this morning at the roadblocks that are supposed to guard the entrance and exits to this town. Okay? I will show you the photographs that show the empty tents with no police officers, no traffic cops, and no soldiers manning them. And that led to the arrest of another avo thief last night. The second one in 2 nights, with a bucket of avocado pears stolen off of a farmer's, what do you call them? I'm so bloody upset now, I can't even think. Orchards. And they managed to drive through 3 roadblocks because they were unmanned. And it's only because canine security caught them that they were eventually arrested. Well, not even arrested yet. They were only stopped because canine security caught them once they made it to Tzaneen. So let's go and have a look at this roadblock where the avo thief managed to drive through last night and made it into town with a bucket load full of stolen avos. Also with a vehicle whose headlights don't work. Let's have a look here. Maybe we find the traffic cops here. You turn it here. One police vehicle. Did you see that? One police vehicle at a roadblock Look at all of these cars and taxis coming into this town, flooding this town. And there's no control at the entrance or the exits. I'm going to turn around, we'll go through again with the sun behind us so that you can see nicely what's going on there. Let me fall into traffic here. It's not that the people don't listen, it's that the people don't give a shit about what they're being told. They hear it, they hear the actual words, but they don't comprehend it. They don't understand what they're being told. What I don't understand is that our health department says, in our area we've only got 6 people. That's the whole of Limpopo province. There are only 6 people currently COVID-19 positive, according to the health department. The same health department who came here yesterday to hand out cell phones to the so-called tracer teams and the so-called frontline officers. These are the same people that also said to the minister the other day in Parliament, they issued their reports on the situation. These are the same people who apparently conducted more tests than 3 other provinces combined. Can you believe it? 10,000 volunteers have been employed, or not, well, you can't employ a volunteer, but they have been divided into groups that are going from house to house and conducting screenings. More than 3 other provinces combined, and they only managed to find 32 infections, of which 24, look at this roadblock, of which 24, are you awake, guys? Of which 24 have recovered of the 32 infected. That leaves us with 2 dead and currently only 6, apparently, allegedly, according to our health department. Only 6 people. What I've shown you this morning, can you believe that those are the true stats? Because there's only one of 2 correct answers here. There can only be one of 2 truths. There's not a third one. One of 2 things is true here. A, the statistics are wrong, or B, our understanding of the virus is wrong. There's no in between. Which one is it? I don't have enough of a medical background to say that there is no virus. So I'm not willing to say that. I'm willing to say that the things that I'm seeing and the things that I'm being told are not adding up. And it is telling me that there's only one of 2 possible answers here. Let's go have a look at the other big roadblock. Considering that we've just spent a half an hour in a queue at the big roadblock coming into town, where they're stopping all the vehicles and searching everybody and making sure that everybody is wearing face masks. Yeah, so that was heavy. That was quite hectic going through that very, very well-manned and strict roadblock. So let's go and see if we can make it through the other very strict, well-manned roadblock. As we pass these no hawker stalls. Interesting fact too, I spoke to a number of retailers yesterday. Do you know that 2 out of the 3 that I spoke to said that April has been their busiest month in 2 years. Now, if we're in a lockdown and in a state of panic and a disaster, how is it possible that 2 out of 3 retailers that I spoke to have told me that it has been their busiest April period in 2 years? How? Okay, we're approaching the other entrance to Tzaneen where we've got a big roadblock. Let's have a look if it's well manned. Let's see. Well, here's the roadblock. Here's the roadblock. Look at all the police officers and traffic officers and army. So, look at this. This is the roadblock here, guys. Do you see? Wow. Hello, officer. Good morning, sir. How are you? How many people have you stopped this morning? What's the traffic like? I'm sorry, I think the microphone is probably not working because I can't hear the answers I'm getting from any of the 8 officers that I'm seeing manning the roadblocks. This is the roadblock coming into Tzaneen. Am I lying when I'm telling you that it's unmanned? The tents are here. So that over there was the roadblock that's meant to stop and check taxis and vehicles coming from Polokwane's side into Tzaneen. Let's go and have a look at Sugarloaf. And then we'll go have a look at the 3rd roadblock because we've been through 2 of them now. Going to have a look at the 3rd roadblock and then we'll have a look at Premji's. I'm going to take you past Sugarloaf. Here's a taxi that is fully loaded. There's no policing of any of the regulations of this lockdown. Nothing. I've just shown you. I'm not over-exaggerating. I'm not fear-mongering. I'm not denying. I'm showing you. Now I'm going to show you Sugarloaf. I posed a few questions on page 3 of yesterday's newspaper, which you can get directly onto your smart device by sending a WhatsApp message to our digital broadcasting service in the number that was posted there in the comment section a few minutes ago. One of those questions that I posed was, K9 Security, a local security company, has managed to catch 2 Avo thieves. Okay, Sugarloaf, guys, if you wanted to come do your shopping, come to Sugarloaf. It's not busy. It's busy, but there's a lot of parking, and the queue seems to be moving quickly because they are controlling social distancing. They're controlling the amount of people going in and out of their store. So if you need to go and do some shopping, Sugarloaf or Sugar Hill is the place that you want to go to. Avoid town. One of the questions I asked, were it not for our private security companies like K9 Security, who managed to catch 2 Avo thieves 2 nights in a row. The one bakkie had 20 bags of avocados on the back. Okay, the bakkie they caught yesterday, they caught them in the act. The bakkie that they caught this morning, sorry. So if it wasn't for them, would these thieves have gotten away? That's the question. Because Big has banned all neighborhood watch and all farm watch patrols. Does anybody know this number? 307-4586, because it's trying to phone me. So Big has put a ban on all. Okay, you missed that. There's been a ban placed on all neighborhood and farm watch patrols. Only the security companies can do their jobs. I've shown you this morning that the roadblock is empty and the other roadblock, well, it's inoperational. Here we have queues of people waiting to go into Premji's. Is ek te negatief? Is ek regtig te negatief? Wys vir my die positiewe uit hierdie uit. Waar is die positief? Wys my. Okay, so here we have the third roadblock. All of these vehicles are just driving right through. There's one police lady and one traffic officer. Oh no, it's not a police lady, it's a policeman and a traffic officer. None of these vehicles are being stopped. None of them. So there we have 3 roadblocks. Oh, he's stopping one vehicle. So now I'm being accused of being too negative. What must I say? Well guys, that was the daily drive with Joe. I hope that you saw with your own eyes what you needed to see. I hope it starts getting you thinking. And if you feel that I have no reason to be negative, then please let me know why. Why do you feel that I'm too negative? Why do you feel that it should be positive? Why do you think that it is still necessary for all of these rules that don't make... That's me. Go and hit us up on Instagram at Bulletin TZN. Have a look at our... Like and follow this page as well. Ciao.